Good evening, everyone. Buenas noches, todos. I wanted to share a few scriptures before I end the evening. And it'll be a reading out of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Well, it'll be based. What I'm going to share is going to be based out of a few verses out of Thessalonians, 1 Thessalonians. Again, all glory to Abba, Father, in the name of his Son, Jesus. Lord, Father, please give me the wisdom that you, to share the word that you need for everyone here, Lord, and the understanding, Father, in the name of your Son, Jesus. I thank you for this. Again, it'll be a reading out of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. It's verse 21, reads, "Test all things, hold fast to what is good, abstain from every form of evil." So 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 21 says, test all things. So we have to test. Test what? Well, we have to test what's good and what's evil. But we have to hold fast to what is good and abstain from every evil. It doesn't say a little bit of evil or some evil. It says every evil. We abstain, refuse it, stay away from it. And then we hold fast to all things that are good. So we hold fast to all that is good and we refuse everything that is evil. That's 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 21-22. And the other one that's a good reading, similar to this, is out of Romans 12, 2. And this is how it reads out of the word of Abba, Father. It says, "And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Okay, so it's telling us do not be conformed to the ways of the world. So that's abstaining. That's staying away from the ways of the world, which is not good. But transformed by the renewing of our minds. How are we going to renew it? By testing all things and holding fast to what is good. That's how we're going to renew our minds. That you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Okay, that's Romans 12, verse 2. That we need to not conform to the ways of the world, but we need to transform our minds, renew our minds of what is acceptable out of the will of God. How are we going to do that? We hold fast to what is good and we stay away from what is evil. The only way we're going to know what's good and evil, and that's by studying the Word of God. If some of us can't tell the difference of what's good and what's bad, and what the world tells us what's good and what's bad. Again, I'm nervous, so please forgive me if I sound nervous. The other one, which is a good reading also, is that Psalms 1, verses 1 and 2. And it reads, it's going to explain to us how we, by obeying what the Word of God says, how we look in His eyes. And this is Psalms 1, verse 1 and 2. It says, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of ungodly." So in the eyes of God, if we hold fast to what is good, we abstain what is bad or evil, we renew our minds to the will of God. We need to prove it, what's good. Well, we're blessed in the eyes of Abba, Father, because it states here in Psalms 1, "Blessed is the man who walks not is the key. We don't walk in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners." We don't stand in the paths of sinners. "Nor sits in the seat of a scornful person. We don't do that. That just in that one verse, that's already telling us that we are blessed if we do not counsel with the ungodly, if we do not stand in the path of sinners, and we don't sit among them either. That's one verse that we should take on, and we renew our minds with it. Verse 2 out of Psalms 1 states, but delight is in the law of the Lord. The law, the word of Abba Father is his law. That's everything that's come out of the mouth of Abba Father has been put in this Holy Bible. And in his law, he meditates day and night. This one person that is a blessed man delights in the word of Abba Father and meditates in the word of Abba Father day and night. Not just at night or not in the morning. Day and night. We meditate in it. That is the only way that we'll be able to renew our minds. The only way we'll be able to know what's good and what's evil in the eyes of Abba Father. Because this world will tell us that evil is good and good is evil. So the only way, the true way, is by studying the word day and night. The last one that I'm going to end with is Psalms 119, verse 15 and 16. The whole Psalms 119 is a very, very good Psalms to meditate on. It's very long, but oh my gosh, it is amazing. All of my Abba Father's word is amazing, but Psalms 19 is a good one to meditate on. And the two verses I'm taking out of Psalms 19 to share, to put together 1 Thessalonians to hold fast what is good and to abstain what is bad. And it reads, verse 15, I will meditate on your precepts. What are precepts? Principles, rules, codes, guidelines of Abba Father. That's what I'm going to meditate on. That's what we should be meditating on. And contemplate. We're going to view, we're going to examine, we're going to study your ways. We're going to study his ways. This is the way we're going to study. So again, I will meditate on your precepts, on your principles, your rules, your guidelines. This is the word of God. And then I'm going to contemplate on your ways. I'm going to view your ways. I'm going to examine your ways. And I'm going to study your ways, Abba Father, because that's the only way that I will abstain from evil and to hold on what is good. Verse 16 reads, I will delight myself in your statutes, and I will not forget your word. How that's amazing right there in itself, that I will delight myself in your statutes, in your precepts, in Abba Father's laws, statutes, codes, and guidelines. And it's all here in the word of God. And I won't forget it. That's how we renew our mind. We won't forget it. Why? We're meditating day and night. We're studying. We're holding on to what is good, and we're abstaining to what is evil in the eyes of Abba Father. Again, this is something that I felt it in my spirit to share. I love it. I hold fast to it, and may it bless everyone that hears or watches these videos. Again, all glory to Abba Father in the name of his Son Jesus. I thank you.